You missed the cutoff just slightly, Kyle, but they got the face.
We're here.
There's an odd lack of ceremony sitting down to one of our games. You know, if you watch a professional vampire stream, there's Jason Carl, and he's standing there, and he's like, let's tell a vampire story. I feel like I just kind of stumble in drunk, and like, hey, press play.
It still says we're
Some of the best stories I've ever heard have been the guys stumbling in drunk.
Are we still playing Hammerwatch? Are we still playing Hammerwatch? Are you sure?
I'm hammering my watch.
It's gonna hammer the watch away? Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, I'll fix that too. How the hell is everybody tonight?
I
Doing all right.
Still alive, unfortunately. That's okay.
Fortnite.
Because Cyberpunk's almost out.
Same.
That's what they tell you, Xavier. And then the release date gets here. And they're going to be like, sorry, guys.
One more time. Just one more time. One more time.
They prolong
We almost got it ready. Maybe it's hit that level of hype that they're just like... Maybe it's hit that hype that they'll never release it. It's become the Half-Life 3 of CD Projekt Red.
Well,
It's like, no, we can't do it. Like, there's too much expectation.
Valve has said that they would do Half-Life 3. It just would not be picking up where Half-Life 2 left off.
Also, didn't they say that it would like never have an ending?
Well, good Lord Gavin said it gets pushed back a month every time someone jokes about it not being released.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 2050 at this point.
Oh, that's being generous.
It'll be about 2077.
Haha, I get it.
Okay, so
I appreciate that one song.
And now we just get Yusuf's music going, and while I do this, who would like to recap? Tom,
I demand meatball.
Last time, Dragon Ball's, Vampire, we did a thing. Some stuff. And I killed a guy. Or, I ate a guy.
Josh,
Our good buddy, Carlo Martino, stumbled into some plot. How will he get himself out?
By running away like a victory. Toward victory.
Yeah, that's kind of a fun way to look at it. Like, our games are so fast and loose and goofy sometimes that, like, stepping into plot is more like stepping into a puddle, and you realize it's way deeper than you thought. You're like, oh shit, I'm about to go on a journey.
Well, I suppose it's good to know. I suppose it's good to know that my plots are a little more than an obstacle before the tomfoolery. Sorry, go ahead, Tom.
I was going to say that, unfortunately, the puddle just feels like you just made a mistake, and now you have to walk home and change your shoe and your sock, and the whole time you're just feeling uncomfortable because of it.
I mean, we could just send Adam to a motel if you guys want.
Moist socks is awful.
I know what the audience wants. I'll GM that.
You have to give him prehensile toes, though.
I don't have to do it with my next character, Chad. Sorry, that's for Josh's campaign, though. That's for Josh's campaign, though. So, find out how that works.
Prehensile
teeth? That was just mentioned, and people have not let go of that.
No. You mentioned one thing that you showed.
It's a very specific...
Yeah.
Okay, but Adam, that's a very specific detail to talk about. Like, oh, he has prehensile toes. I'm like, how are they just going to let that one go?
I was going to justify it to like holding power tools with my toes, essentially, but they can do whatever they want with it, I guess. It's their character now. It's no longer mine.
Adam met up with one of his cousins. She took him to a place allegedly inhabited by werewolves. He met who the audience has speculated are black spiral dancers and Setites, while the rest of us went to a movie audition.
Oh, yeah.
And I now have a potential ghoul lined up.
Thank you for
Listen,
actually giving a shit about the game, Josh. I am forever in your debt.
Hey, I give a shit about the game. I just couldn't remember.
My bad.
And I sent
Yeah, fuck you, Tom.
Owl to Jabril to go save me. Hopefully, maybe.
Help.
Yeah.
When we last left off, Mark Zantz and Klaus von Blitzersdorf were on their way to talk to an IRS agent about bankrupting L. Ron Hubbard. Jabril had gone off. Ooh, our connection is all kinds of colors tonight, boys, so just
Yeah.
keep an eye on that. Jabril had gone off to check on his homeless guardians after having been massacred by a white in the thralls of frenzy. Carlo Martino had received a summons to the Giovanni mansion. His cousin, who requests to be called Neath, does not seem to think that they're on to him yet. Otherwise, they wouldn't send such a formal invitation. He does not know what currently lies in store, however. His cousin did request to show him something, and that something happened to be a very nice house with a very aggressive bodyguard, where he seems to be extraordinarily welcome. Tom, what do you think Byrick was doing last session? Polishing the guns? Organizing the library?
Sure.
Polishing the books.
When we had just left
With his guns.
you had fed at a Jackson Pollock party after meeting a very, perhaps a little too welcoming member of the Clan of the Rose.
What?
You met a Toreador who was a little weird.
I mean, that goes without saying. You said Toreador.
I was gonna say.
Okay, let's do this the old-fashioned way. Everybody give me an initiative roll.
I got a 10.
I got.
That's what I forgot to get is my character sheet.
God damn
God damn
it. I don't know.
Damn
I
it.
literally don't know how you do this.
I got.
Dex plus
16.
wits, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 15.
Got a 5 on the die. Let me see. Ah! 1 sec. Or a little more than a sec.
Jabril
Adam's
Byrick,
gonna
how'd you
stand
do?
up.
I got a 16.
Gonna say Adam's gonna stand up and we're gonna see he's not wearing any pants. Just like everybody else using Zoom to go to work.
No, I just have dress pants on and then just a t-shirt on top. I'm the opposite of everybody else. What's my dex? What's
Tom, if you announce your initiative, I would like to remind you of push to talk on.
I mean, I've been holding the button.
Oh,
I have a 9. I guess 9 then. Is dex what's right? Yeah. So I have a wait 10 also. Yeah, 10. And hello, NIE.
I got a 13.
13 for Tom. Okay. So that means first, we go to Jabril, who wanted to check in on his homeless stable. So, you ride Scheherazade through the streets of Los Angeles, dismissing the requisite number of strange looks. As your camel is able to keep up with a motorbike, you just sort of nod casually and veer off.
They should be used to this by now. I don't know why they're so surprised.
Yeah, I like to think that Audrey Hepburn saw Jabril riding around on a camel. Was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have a deer as a pet.
Oh, that nice foreign feller.
You arrive before the Spiritual Enlightenment Center. The streets seem quiet. Extraordinarily quiet. What would you like to do?
I guess I will. Look around. See who's here.
As you enter the alley, there's only one. Bones, the de facto leader of the group, is still dressed in many bandages that are already streaked with dirt. Red splotches seeping through, widening perhaps from the wounds underneath. He sort of looks up at you, gives a tired grunt, and returns to staring at the pavement.
How are you recovering?
Bone snaps his neck back and forth. Well as I could hope. How about you? You were the one that went after that thing. Surprised you didn't get winged.
I know how to take care of myself.
Yeah, well, good for you.
Where is everyone else?
There's nobody else. After that thing came and rampaged through here, most of them went up and decided it wasn't worth it. The Sears is nice, but a couple nice clothes ain't worth what happened. He gestures
That's fair.
to the carmine stains on the wall.
This city is dangerous at night, to say the least.
Yeah,
I do not
thought I saw
begrudge them for
everything.
picking a safer option.
I haven't spoken to them since. I have no idea where they ended up. A couple of them probably went into a shelter. A couple of them, who knows.
Well, worry not, Bones. I will assist you in whatever way I can to help you get back on your feet.
Sort of shrugs. Think about that sometimes, you know? But you're out here for so many years, and suddenly it's the only thing that makes sense anymore. I don't even know what being back on my feet would look like. I guess there's less horrible monsters attacking us in the middle of the night. That's a plus. Maybe they wouldn't be. Maybe this whole city's gone to hell. And we're just the first ones to see it.
Oh. Maybe. But surely you won't be the last.
It's not exactly
So many
as
things happen
comforting
to
as
the
I think
city.
you meant that.
Apologies. I have a different life, so I suppose I'm used to such things.
So, let's square up here. I put my life on the line to protect this place. I had no idea what I was in for. And I'm still here. Least you could do is tell me why this place is so special. If everybody in the city hired the bums on the street corner to guard their house, we'd be living a lot better well off. You're the first one I've seen.
Yes, I was just informed your audio is a little low.
My audio's low.
Sound fine to me, at least.
Does it sound okay to you guys?
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know.
Could it be...
I know he was listening on Twitch. She said you sounded low on Twitch.
Okay, guys, is that better? Valerno sounds okay. Guys, let me know. Because my low compared to the others. Okay, I'll boost my mic. Because I haven't touched anything else. So the only thing I can think of is maybe... Okay. Sound okay? Am I blowing anybody's ears out? Because they can't hear me on Discord. I have to adjust my microphone. Actually, wait a second. I bet I know exactly what fucking happened.
Sound fine.
Yeah, but you won't be able to hear me anyway.
Well, I meant with the boost.
No, it's picking up the Eddy. Okay, so I've upped my mic a couple decibels. If it's too loud, please let me know. I don't know what happened. I updated OBS and everything went to shit. This is why I don't update OBS. It was working fine before. Let's hope this is okay. My mic settings haven't changed. I have no idea what it is. If you guys need more of a boost, let me know. In the meantime, he turns his attention back to you.
Well, my mentor and I, we like helping. And so we set this whole thing up to help people that need it. Unfortunately, helping people isn't always easy. And sometimes, well, I think you remember the whole firebomb incident.
That's it, huh? That's all the answer you're gonna give me? I'm supposed to content myself with that? You got fucking
Well,
monsters coming through here, you got people trying to blow your place up. I ain't seen a spiritual enlightenment center with that much fire in quite a long time. Since the Nazis came through here.
well, we're a bit more proactive than most, yes. But I understand that we're not normal. And I very much thank you for your patience and understanding with this whole issue. We're a bit secretive because, well, I don't like getting my house getting firebombed all the time. But, Bones, you've earned my trust, so I'll let you in on a little secret.
I'm listening.
That thing that I killed was something like... Are you familiar with vampires?
Yeah, Nosferatu is like 30 years old. I've heard of him.
Oh man, have you met Bela Lugosi?
Nah, I don't think he's in town. I saw that impersonator that used to work at Universal, though. He was pretty good. Whatever happened to that
wasn't
guy?
Bela Lugosi. Oh, I'm sure he's still around.
I hear
I
weed
hear
music.
World of Light.
It's not me this time. It's not me this time. I'm coming.
You listen to World of Light?
No, just playing in the background.
Yes, well, it is not quite a Nosferatu. It is a mindless beast, so to speak. It simply wanted to feed.
So that thing was a vampire.
Yes.
Fuck it, why not? I've heard craziest stories.
Oh, the stories I could tell you. But yes, that thing was a vampire, and I needed to kill it. Simple as.
Okay. Let's say I believe you. That's a vampire. I'm gonna take that for granted. That means I also have to take for granted the fact that you left me and my people out here to fight shit like that with nothing but a nice shirt on my back. And I'm supposed to be okay with that.
Usually, them being predatory creatures, if they get too much of a fuss, they try not to feed so openly. That thing was mindless and dangerous and is a very rare case. Think of it more like a rabid dog.
Okay? So what are we gonna do to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Well, what would you like to happen?
Some sort of security, maybe? Some sort of weapons? I'm still here. I made an agreement. I made my bed. Now I'm laying in it. Maybe I got a
You
death
wish-
wish. Who knows?
You wish for armaments. This I can supply. However, I do not think the local law enforcement will appreciate my gifts.
The cops don't take too kindly to us regardless. I think I'll manage.
Very well. What time is it? In game?
Fuck me, what time is it? Okay, it's actually a fairly recent night, so let's say it's around like 8 o'clock.
Okay. Do you have any practice or training with weapons, Bones?
I was a used car salesman before I got the nose candy. I can't say I had too much time to practice my karate.
Well, I don't think I have a baseball bat. I suppose we'll need to do some practice then. I don't want you shooting your fingers off. But I will start you off with the small gun, and as you get better, you can have bigger guns.
Small gun, and a small gun's gonna handle something like that.
If your aim is right, yes. I also don't want to just give you a really big gun because that's hard to sleep with.
Fuck it. I don't know what I'm trying to live for anyway. Let's go. I'll take the gun.
Very well.
That scene had some interesting implications, and I don't think it's immediately apparent.
I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna be who was that guy in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter who wasn't Abraham Lincoln but his trainer?
I saw that movie once, and it's so instantly forgettable, I have no idea who the fuck you're talking about.
How could you? That's like the best autobiography. I saw him. Abraham Lincoln was writing it himself. But yes, I will be that character to them. I don't want to just tell him I'm a vampire because he might not trust me.
No, again, very, very interesting narrative implications. After Jabril, we will go to Klaus and Mark on the same initiative. So, Mark, where have you set up this meeting with the IRS agent?
I will say in the drawing room of my mansion.
Okay, and do you plan to arrive before he, or do you wish to appear fashionably late?
I will be late to my own house. As a power move to the IRS.
That is absolutely a power move.
Who will avenge... A facility which will one day bow to Mark Zantz.
Notes.
But with Virginia entertaining him when he gets there, I doubt he's going to be terribly unenthused with the company.
Okay, so you would have given her that directive?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, we open with Mark and Klaus returning to Mark's drawing room. The sound of laughter ekes out as you open the door, and you know Virginia's forced laughter well enough, though she's practiced it enough that it doesn't sound forced, at least to unpracticed ears. She fawns a sigh, and you can see that sitting across from her, near the fireplace, is the quintessential nerd. I mean, this guy is rail thin, very pinched, almost eagle-like features. His thinning hair is brushed to one part on the side. Salt and pepper, you would think maybe this guy's late 40s. He looks up at you with a pair of glasses that could refract the sun's light. As he stands up, Mr. Zantz? I presume?
You presume correctly.
Virginia sort of
please.
looks in your direction as if looking for a cue if she needs to introduce you, or...
I will give her the nod to introduce me.
May I present Mr. Mark Zantz, my employer, and guest, Mr. Klaus, was it?
Indeed. Good to
This
see you
is
again.
a business associate of mine, I say as I gesture to Klaus.
Gentlemen, might I present Mr. Troyer of the Internal Revenue Service, as he steps forward and shakes both your hands. The lady was telling me that you have some information that may be of use to the IRS.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You know, as a man with my finger in many pies, so to speak, I often have to do business with people of, let's say, not quite well-kept books. And, well, it's difficult to maintain a legitimate business when some of these people are playing with your money. And, well, while I was having Miss Anderson over here look into some of the paperwork for one Mr. Hubbard's foundation, well, let's say I found some rather unscrupulous paperwork. And I will say, Miss Anderson, would you go ahead and get those papers?
Of course. She'll sweep from the room. I see, and what is your relation to the situation, Mr. Klaus? May I call you Santa? Yes. People assume that the IRS doesn't have a sense of humor, but we like to think that we're actually quite fun.
Could be more fun than finances and taxes, Zant says, purely legitimately, without an ounce of irony.
There went Kyle.
Yeah.
You reached way after that sentence.
It's just like
I made a mistake. I don't want to talk to the IRS guy.
I think his screen froze or something.
I wonder if he knows. Or, wait, hang on. I know what happened. Oh, no, he didn't
Internet
fall
poop?
asleep watching hentai. No, my internet's fine. I think he was so busy painting his Tau that he doesn't know he disconnected.
He's painting his Tau army.
They're looking pretty good. Maybe if we cajole him a little bit, he'll show it on camera.
I've been listening to the audiobooks I got in the Humble Bundle. I finished the Lehman Roos novel, and I am currently listening to the Magnus the Red novel.
Ooh, the Wolf King, nice. Hey, buddy, were you aware that you disconnected? Okay, yeah, we're not sure either. But when you come back on, you should totally show the camera your Tau army. Because I was just telling everybody how cool it is.
And they happy it up. It's gonna be. It's kidding now. So they're not good.
Can't be that good,
Yeah,
man.
everything's good over here. Alright, see you in a minute. Oh boy, I can't tell you guys how much I love having fucking technical glitches during our live stream games of Vampire the fucking Masquerade.
It's our favorite pastime.
Ironically, I don't think we had one when we played Changeling, other than getting it started.
How does this not... I feel like we're the only ones that this happens to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever see another streamer go through this.
It's the Texas internet, I'm sure. But I will quickly alleviate the tension of the situation by saying, oh, Mr. Klaus is involved in some of the businesses which I channel my funding into.
I see, and what is his position?
I will say that he is a fellow investor, so he's more of a partner than anything. And I see Yusuf is listening to Amon Amarth, which is always a good choice.
I'm quite partial to the new album. The one with, what was it, Berserker on Stamford Bridge?
Oh yeah, that's I think the album's just called Berserker, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, it's the one with the guy in the bear suit on it. On that one, I really like the song. What is it? The song, I think it's just called Mjolnir.
Oh yeah, Mjolnir Hammer of Thor. That one's awesome. So
Yeah, I will say he is my partner, but he is also as a partner in my investment firms. He also is privy to my accounting and my books.
I like to think that currently in game, Klaus is just completely zoned out, listening to the music in his own head. So as you're describing it, he's just sort of rocking out and vibing.
He is a mathematical savant, I will say.
Virginia returns.
He's my
to
personal calculator.
Virginia returns to the room. Hands you a file full of papers. I trust these are the ones you're looking for. So you get to tell me now what exactly is in that file.
So this is a file relating to. So as I mentioned before, that I am familiar with my ghost ally, Mr. Jack Parsons, due to a night where I ingested the blood of one of Virginia's acquaintances, which just happened to have a copious amount of cocaine in it, which led me out to the desert, finding Mr. Parsons and Mr. Hubbard experimenting on rockets out in the middle of the California desert, which led to a friendship between two mutual mad geniuses of mathematics and the sciences. And so I imagine I like to think Mark, upon meeting L. Ron Hubbard, would be one out of the two or three people who immediately saw through his con man bullshit. And so I probably have some familiarity with his business practices, because I think at this point he's already started setting up like his boats and whatnot and his tax evasion schemes. So these are probably documents that I could have publicly accessed and perhaps not so scrupulously come by, which have been doctored to look even worse than they are. So these are just things like very clearly payments to this place not adding up, or any kind of like money that he is supposed to be giving to the government is not adding up. He is very clearly evading taxes. And I will make it look like I am one of the investors in one of his ship lines.
I really, like, Chaz to Josh right now, I really hope this doesn't come back to bite you, man, because the Church of Scientology and Billy Mitchell will sue anybody, apparently.
Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. So, Mr. Troyer will extend his hand for the files, and I assume you will explain to him in a similar fashion as you just explained to me.
I will say I invested in some of his companies, and I funded the publication of his book Dianetics, which I'm sure you've seen in the local bookstores.
Oh yes, of course. The wife has bought a copy. I haven't had a chance to page through it yet myself. I've heard things, good things. My notes are
Well, the thing is,
shambles. Constantly. Sorry, continue.
I will say that, quite simply, what I see going on here is, I noticed I'm not making the money back on my investment that I'm not supposed to be making, and I noticed that Uncle Sam's not quite getting his cut here either. Which came up when I was combing over the files.
Really, would you care to point out a few of the choicest bits for me? It will save me a few hours of paperwork.
Oh, absolutely. Without even... While maintaining conversation with this man, Mark Zantz is just going to elegantly flip through the papers with his thumb while pointing out with his pinky finger specific points on the pages where numbers don't seem to be properly aligning.
Okay, I love this, and this is such a Mark Zantz moment. So, let's call for a dice roll to see how well you do. What stats do you think apply here? Like manipulation, finance?
Manipulation, finance.
Roll it. Do it. We'll call it a difficulty 6, and you can apply whatever specialties you want.
Yes.
I want to know how often manipulation finance is rolled in VTM.
Has to happen at least once, right? Like somebody's played an accountant.
6 successes.
6 successes. So that is beyond an exceptional success. My God, there's enough paperwork here to put away for 20 years.
Yeah. So as Yusuf pointed out, Sea Org technically hasn't started yet, but from reading his biography along with I read the book Astounding, which is a partial biography of Joseph Campbell, the founder of not the founder, but the primary editor of Astounding Science Fiction, Isaac Asimov, L. Ron Hubbard, and Robert Heinlein. I have a slight familiarity with the life of Mr. L. Ron Hubbard, and in the 1950s, his tax evasion and his various other schemes led him to starting the Sea Org, which led him to living his life on the run on the open oceans rather than basing them on land.
You know, one time there's a YouTube video of Chris Perkins, I think he's the creative director for Dungeons and Dragons, running a Forgotten Realms adventure for Ed Greenwood, the creator of the Forgotten Realms. And one time on Twitter, I was like, what's it like running a game for somebody who knows more about the setting than you do? And he was just like, oh, it's fine, it's no big deal. I'm starting to answer my own question. Because this is the second or third time you guys have made mention to somebody that I know little to nothing about. But I can roll with it.
Mr. Hubbard was indeed an officer in the Navy, but he let's just say his exploits of what he did while he was in the Navy have been subject to some exaggeration.
So beyond implicating L. Ron Hubbard, what is the main thrust that you're looking to get from this scene?
I want the IRS to go after him, basically. Excuse me.
They got Capone, they'll get him.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the IRS to come down on him like the IRS came down on Al Capone.
So it looks like our Wi-Fi has died, and I don't know if Kyle will be back.
Oh shit!
He doesn't have an Ethernet connection like you do?
I think he does. I just don't think he uses it.
No.
Wah.
Time to go old school. Let's get this LAN party going.
I've mentioned this on stream before. I would kill to have an old school LAN party and fire up some fucking Quake deathmatch.
That's how I played Hammerwatch the first time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's dope as shit.
Everybody had their computers all set up together.
We got to make it happen. When we invest in the CAFCON Slan Shack, just weekly stream of LAN parties. Okay, but let me rephrase what I'm asking. As an ST, so your role is beyond exceptional. I feel like
hey, we got a bot.
A bot. I would like to become famous, but I don't think I will click you. Thank you for the offer. Mark Zance has achieved his goal at this point. What else do you want to do?
What else can you squeeze out of L. Ron Hubbard?
That is a wonderful question, Valernos. That's kind of a bitch at the moment, because I don't show my setup for a reason. That's because I'm crammed into a very small corner at the moment. There would not be a lot of room. Holy shit, he's back. Is that your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Sounds way better than Xavier's usually does. No dig on Xavier. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Well, I think part of the issue Xavier has with his phone is that Discord just absolutely slays his battery.
Oh yeah. Like as we speak, I have it charging and it's still going down.
Kyle, show the Tau.
Man, I feel like you're hyping this up.
Also, you have a booger.
I have a booger? Thanks, man.
I'm just fucking with you. I want to see what you do.
Turn this into a vlog. Yeah, like this is my house. It's
You can do the YouTube prima donna thing, Kyle, and just start crying on camera and begging for forgiveness about some faux pas you made in a video.
I'm sorry
about the booger.
Booger Gate 2020. What could go worse? I know there's a pandemic going on in the world, but right now, my nose is just—it's betrayed me.
Or you can do the other typical. I'm in my room with my phone video and start slamming some makeup YouTuber.
I'm not sure. James Charles is the only one I can think of.
I don't know any
Booker
other
Gate
names.
is what I'm gonna call my tissue company.
Booker Gate.
Booker Gate.
Booker Gate. Nice.
They're my patented nose tampons.
I mean, we need those for nosebleeds, Xavier. You can make like little ones that you can just put up there and just kind of pull it out, and it'll just poof up or something.
Poof.
Easy.
Yeah. It's liquid and it's poof. Science can do it.
Negotiate a tax break. Ooh.
Kyle.
Become a fucking informant for the IRS.
Oh man, I will
Josh,
take down LaCroix Industries before they even get a chance to settle in LA.
Kyle,
And their
Josh and I
nasty
have
water.
gotten compliments on our hair from women. I think you're the first guy to get a compliment from a guy.
I can't see chat, so.
Oh. Wow, Kyle's hair has a lot more volume than it seems from the webcam.
Oh, it's handy dandy headband. I mean headset.
It's the only thing keeping my hair from being like this.
Yeah. I wanted to see the little towel. I'm not super sure on my back color because I have these dudes that are like, God, my fucking computer's still churning out light. Like, oh my God. I don't know. Dark green, and they have a brown like suit. But I'm thinking about maybe swapping the colors on these guys so that it's white with like brown band. I don't know. And then phone cameras, right? Super awesome. And here's my broadside that I've been fucking Christ painting. For those who want to see.
It looks good. Okay. So, Klaus, you snap back into reality, realizing that you have zoned out to the music in your head for the last several minutes. What has been playing?
Relatable.
That's a good question.
Who did we lose?
It's me. I think.
No, you're still here. As far as I know.
Tom?
Still here.
No, we lost Kyle's camera. But as long as
Oh,
you...
okay.
It's gonna be way too fucking loud. Vista Waltz #1. That's what is going on in there.
Okay. As you snap back in, you see Mark Zantz sort of standing over this very thin, very aquiline-looking auditor's shoulder as he points out, with remarkable efficiency and accuracy, a litany of tax flaws committed by one L. Ron Hubbard. What do you do?
I agree entirely. Fuck that Hubbard guy.
All right, so Josh, I will ask you again. So you got above an exceptional success. You have achieved your goal. Hubbard's going down. What else do you want to get from this?
Immunity from the IRS.
What's that? I forget which one it is. The fucking... Was it Lethal Weapon movies? The one with the evil European dude? Diplomatic immunity.
Oh.
Please be there when Hubbard's arrested. Well, I like to imagine what I'm doing is actually spurring him to start Sea Org. I had inducing the calamity that was the Great Depression isn't enough for Mark Zantz. I will say, Mr. Troyer, I want to make sure that this information isn't going to go to waste. I want to know that this man is going to be punished to the full extent of the law.
Oh, absolutely. This will be on my superior's desk tomorrow morning. You have my word. This is one of the largest busts since Al Capone.
Mr. Troy, how stressed is the IRS when it comes to these kinds of cases these days?
Well, I tell you, we didn't... Depending on the way you want to look at it, we either didn't have much work or had a whole lot of work during the Depression. I'd say things are returning to normal, finally. Punishment.
Someone died. Or who was that?
Tom.
Nope.
I swear to God, my wrath will be known upon these realms.
Welcome back.
Are you back, Tom?
Yeah.
By the way, Tom, we've missed you. Would you like to say anything to the people who have also missed you?
My fellow Americans.
In that American?
No.
My fellow Americans. Can't
And
wait, Teddy.
Fellow possible future Americans?
Josh, we're not supposed to let them know about our plans.
I mean, if they're smart, they won't come here. And hopefully we won't go there.
Well, see, our plan is to make United States expand outward, right? And then when they've got right to the edges, Texas, who's in the middle, will just take over what was America. Big brain plays.
Like some weird thing as the U.S. grows, Texas only grows with it.
He sort of closes the file. The Internal Revenue Service and the nation of America thanks you for your good Samaritanship, Mr. Zantz. Was there anything else you needed of me tonight?
Troy, if the IRS ever finds itself in a precarious situation where, let's just say, you ever need a second pair of eyes to look over something, I like to consider myself a sort of specialist in these matters. I wonder if I could use you as a point of contact in case I ever find any more unscrupulous paperwork.
Why, Mr. Zantz, with your eye for detail, I'd be a fool to say no.
I will pull a business card out of my breast pocket and hand
As
it
he
to him.
does the same, you just kind of look at each other.
As we do the very American Psycho business card exchange. I like to
Somebody
imagine,
yells
unlike
wrong.
Mr. Bateman, I'm the one with the better business card with the premium cream-colored papers and the elegant font.
I find myself in a predicament, Mr. Zantz. I'm not sure whether I hope you'll be most useful in the future or not at all. Either way, I'm very pleased to have made your acquaintance.
To you, sir. I have some title deeds I'd like to discuss with you at some other time, but for now, I believe I've taken up enough of your time. You probably have a family you'd like to get back to before this night's over.
Well, I've been here for 5 minutes, I suppose. I could save some gas if you'd like to go over them. Of course, you're a busy man yourself, Mr. Zantz. I don't mean to impose. Your choice entirely.
Another night, if you will.
Then I will be at your beck and call, Mr. Zantz. And
And I
my
to you,
compliments
Mr.
to your
Troy.
lovely hostess.
She's my second in command for a reason.
He will sort of make his way to the door of the drawing room. As he does so, Virginia's already standing there with another folder in her hand. She sort of bows politely and nods to Mr. Troyer. She holds it up to you, and she sort of cocks her head as a now or later.
I will give her the now.
She moves towards you, opening the file. I did find a skyscraper under production scheduled to be completed sometime in the next 3 months if you're interested. Apparently it's owned by one of the local hotel chains, but I don't think it'd be too terribly difficult to either buy it out or destabilize them.
I'm going to quickly thumb through the paperwork. How tall is this skyscraper going to be as I'm looking at it?
How tall do you want it to be?
Let me
Just
look at
just
the
a
tallest
100-story erect phallus staring into the heavens.
Go to the Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines wiki. See how tall LaCroix Industries is, and I want to be 1 story taller.
Not even 1 story, just 1 foot taller.
You just have one more gargoyle at the very top.
I want it so that I want it so that I can just smugly look down at LaCroix's high-rise office and just give him the little tootle fingers whenever I want to.
I love it. Done deal.
That's how you make supervillains. But like, not really good supervillains.
I mean, you're basically describing LaCroix. You still haven't played Bloodlines yet.
Yes, of course I haven't played Bloodlines yet.
Fair enough. Okay, Josh. So, it seems to me like you are eligible for a new background. What did we decide? Are we spending XP for background still?
If it's something that can be increased with XP.
Okay, because V20 doesn't. V20 assumes that backgrounds are increased through roleplay, but like stuff like
That
Demon
too.
and stuff does.
Yeah, like if it's something that you can actively work towards, then yeah, sure, you can spend XP. But like, there's some things you can't get XP for.
Like
Okay.
Herd. I'm not Herd, like Generation.
Yeah.
No, but apparently you can get surprise heard, right, Carlo?
Yep.
Ah!
Well, it was surprise heard that I never remember I had one. But I had it for so how many years? I never needed to use it. There's always a backup plan.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I never needed to use it while I sucked off a dude in a motel.
Emergencies only, Xavier. Hey, Starfinder Jack, how's it going? I correct me if I'm wrong. I do believe you're a new face around here. Welcome.
Keep it the weirdest time, though.
Also, for what it's worth, we also think Starfinder is cool. All right, so Mark Zantz. So just going around the table, everybody's cool with just giving him the dot, right?
Yep.
Yeah, whatever.
Contact. All right, so you have a new 1-dot contact, Mark Zantz. What's a really... Okay, somebody give me like a really like painfully white guy first name. Because I didn't actually give this guy a first name.
For the 50s?
From what area?
Poindexter.
Oh God.
Don't you feel like that's a little on the nose?
Yeah, but people
All right.
actually used to name their kids that.
True. Austin? Okay.
That is a very white name. Have you seen the man? He's Aryan.
Gaylord. Bartholomew. Going in the right direction. I don't think we're there yet.
Quentin.
Ooh. Kyle, come out with
Terrence?
Quentin. Which one?
Terrence.
Terrence is pretty bad too.
I'm thinking Quentin. Quentin is what we're going with. Quentin Troyer.
The quintessential name.
Yeah, or else you get like frat names like Scott. But this guy's too cool for that.
Let's put it
Or not-
Karen. It's getting a
Miriam.
Chaz. It's getting that. Just don't shade out.
Chad, hey, you leave Shaddai Prezian alone.
Okay.
Brad.
With that, how does Byrick Ash spend his evening? You've just completed your
Playing
feeding and are probably on the other side of the fence by now.
Oh shit! I didn't get to kill what's his name.
Not
Text
yet.
Pollock. I like to
You
imagine
live
that
this time, Jackson Pollock.
Chad, man.
Do you just go by Jackson Pollock's house every night and be like, "You live tonight"?
I'm letting you live.
Flip a coin.
I like to imagine every night
Fortune's
when
on your side tonight.
just Tom does Mr. Blue Sky play in Byric's head every night when he wakes up
What?
as he's. When I imagine the song that Byrick Ash wakes up to, I like to think it's Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra as he's polishing his gun and blowing out somebody's head.
I'm not familiar with the song, but I'll say sure. It sounds upbeat and happy. Let's see. Barker's probably going to be practicing that ritual he learned.
Okay, so I do believe we already did the roll. You got the controllable night sight.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
So then the next step would be to go back to your mentor and learn the next ritual.
Let's do it. Gotta up my social link.
All right. You return to the mission. It's quiet, as you might expect it. A few of the priests are still milling about, attending to their nightly chores. But one or two of them will sort of nod and wave, but not particularly get in your way. The one or two that recognize you at any rate.
I'll nod my head acknowledging me.
And how do you find Sir Santiago?
Well, I found him in the basement last time. You know, where the vampires are.
Technically, he was in the museum area. I don't
But
know
we-
for
but
sure
we
that
went to the.
Do we get what now?
I recall it being downstairs though.
We can say it's
Could be
downstairs.
wrong.
I don't know if the fucking mission in Los Angeles has a basement. I've never been there. You want to add a basement? Sure. There's not a white wolf book on earth that tells us not to add a basement.
In
They
fact, I'm pretty sure they actively encourage it.
Yeah.
Then I'll go down to the museum basement, or the basement museum.
Okay. You get onto the basement museum. The lights are off.
But you can see through those.
Stream of
Yes, ma'am, I
dust.
can see through the lights.
Do what now?
Nothing of importance.
Okay. A stream of dust whirls through the air as you push the door open, settling back down onto the floor and the glass. Of course, with your new night sight, it's clear as day to you. He emerges from the darkness again, dressed in monk's robes, his face shrouded out, guarded even against your supernatural sight, which speaks to talents of his own. Back already. I expected it to take you at least a few more months.
A few months. Did you really think that it was that difficult?
For most students, yes. Although, with the way you handled submersion in the abyss, I suppose you're not most students. Perhaps that should worry me, but I confess I'm just very curious. Holy shit, you're 100% right, Valernos. They are in fucking Lord of the Clans, and I hate myself for not knowing that. I've had this book forever. Oh, that's so cool. I want to play Sorcerer Asmite now.
Well, then let our mutual curiosity lead us down a dark road.
Is there any other these nights?
Well, it feels a little less dark now.
You see a crease in the shadows, as if you might have brought a smile to his lips.
Well then, shall we away?
You found the darkest place in the monastery, my friend. Do you find a better place to study the abyss than here?
I didn't think you would wish to make a fuss with so many active bodies around.
They will not come down here. They know their place, and those that do not have heard too many stories of La Fantasma to bother us.
Very well then. What is it that is the next step?
You know what it is to be one with the abyss. Step 2 is to make the abyss a part of you. Do you have any wounds?
Actually,
I got a boo-boo.
Pulls Lottie out, shoots foot. I do now.
that is a great idea.
Ka-thunk into the foot.
Roll Dex firearm to only shoot off the pinky toe with the Lottie at point blank.
Jesus.
Am I required to be wounded for this?
Do you ask him that?
Yes.
How dedicated are you?
All right, I pull out my gun.
Perhaps a more quiet fashion, yes. As you said, there are active bodies about.
And as you said, they know their place.
Yes, but the police do not. He pulls a dagger from his belt and proffers it in your direction.
Crocodile Dundee him.
Oh, just fucking plot twist. He's just stab. I stake him and drink.
Ooh,
I am the teacher
power
now.
me.
Renegade. Fine. I put away my gun.
Slice your neck open.
I was actually gonna stab myself in the throat. I was thinking about stabbing my own heart, but I think that might be a little too much.
I did it!
Just cut your own head off.
All right, yeah, I'll take the dagger and I'll jam it into my neck.
All right. Roll a dex melee against yourself. Difficulty 4. Now, here's the deal. I will let... V20 does allow you to sort of hold back a little bit, so you don't have to roll the maximum amount of dice in your pool.
On the max.
So, I will let... You're going max? Okay, I mean, you do you. I will also let you decide if you want to add your celerity to this. Or, you could burn the celerity for an action and get 2 stabs.
Doing it.
Burn all your celerity and just stab yourself 5 times in the throat.
Are you happy now, darkness?
Just deal yourself, Tom.
The only vampire that could kill Byrrc Ash was Byrrc Ash.
I think if it wasn't for Discord filtering out like excess noise, you all would be able to hear my dog snoring.
Give Spotty a scratch for me. He's a good boy.
Okay, I got 2 successes on the first one and 3 on the second stab.
To hit,
Yes.
roll damage.
Well, how much is the damage for the dagger?
Strength +1.
Okay. 1 damage for the first. And no damage for the second one.
Okay, 1 damage is good enough. You puncture your throat. A stream of crimson runs down, soaking into your shirt, and you can feel the beast, its hackles, rise up. It snarls, it's losing its food. Do me a favor, give me a self-control roll at a difficulty 6.
Okie dokie then. 3 successes.
Okay, you're able to hold back the beast. You're able to stave off the frenzy, but it does not like what's going on. Good.
Stop being such a little bitch.
You are the beast.
Now listen to me. The same way that you collected the darkness, made it coalesce so that you could look into it. Do the same thing, but not in your hand, where the cut is.
Oh. And I will attempt to do that.
Give me a stamina occult roll at a difficulty 8.
Stamina.
It probably is garbled mind, but we're just going to GM fiat that because reasons. Yeah, no, I'm almost sure it is, and I thought of that as I was saying it, but we're just gonna, yeah. Story trumps rules.
Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 8.
Ooh, that's 3 successes. Unless this is kindred rituals, then I have 4.
Ooh, it absolutely is. Your skin grows cold, specifically that point that you punctured. You're able to staunch the bleeding. The wound itself does not fully close, however. He sort of looks you up and down. You're on the right track, then.
I like the idea. Like the knife is still in my second stab wound.
Just holstered in a spare flap of neck. So here's the dealio, Mr. Byrrc Ash. It's going to cost you 6 XP to learn the ritual Comforting Darkness.
That's a bit expensive, but I think I can handle it.
Oh, gee, you need to dip into your pool of 56?
Is that actually what you have?
No.
I wouldn't put it past you, Tom. Orpheus got to 40 before he bought anything.
Hey, he's no longer the worst offender now.
Yeah, we know. Adam.
And I'm actually sitting at a nice, comfy 37.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. So going down to 31. And what it do?
Byrrc Ash can heal himself now, which is scary as fuck.
Nice.
The Abyss can heal as well as harm. Using this power, the vampire draws darkness into herself and uses it to heal her wounds. However, there's a price to be paid, and the Abyss will claim it in blood. Once this ritual is cast, the vampire makes a stamina occult roll. If she botches, the darkness burns her, and she takes an aggravated level of damage. If she succeeds, she may then spend 1 blood point for each success, regardless of generational limits. For each blood point she spends in this way, she may heal 3 levels of bashing or lethal. Unfortunately, there's an additional cost before the darkness inside is sated. The blood the vampire consumes feeds the dark inside, not even entering her own system. This goes on until twice as much blood has been consumed as was originally spent. Until this cost is paid, the Cainite cannot use this ritual again. It can also only be used once each night. Side effect: the taint of the darkness never leaves the caster's blood, turning it a dark, ruddy hue, almost black, forever.
Neat.
Black blood.
Now you're like that edgy kid from Soul Eater. What's
Huh?
his name, Ragna? It's been a while since I've seen it.
Mm.
Adam, you're a
Soul
weeb.
Eater.
No, it's been a long time. It doesn't seem like in close to 10 years now. I have to remember. My brain doesn't remember things anymore.
Oh, we're playing
What about
V20
you,
Blackgutter.
Xavier? Do you remember?
I remember
Wait.
many things, Kyle.
Wait, what was the question? I didn't hear it.
No, it's just making a joke that I think there's a character in the anime Soul Eater. He has black blood.
It's called Comforting Darkness, Blackgutter.
Are you talking about Krona?
Might be.
HCG's here. He's making it rain. He's telling Adam to wake up. How's it
I
going,
really
buddy?
don't remember that anime that well.
Soul Eater is one of the only ones I actually like still.
It's pretty cool.
I think it might be Krona. The kid with the pink hair.
Yeah, that's Krona.
Okay, yeah. Doesn't he have black blood?
Yeah, because of his weird fucking stand. I should probably pull out the knife to heal the other wound then. But where am I going to keep this knife now? Oh, I know. In the other part of the neck now. There we go.
It's my knife's sheath.
Yeah.
So if you want, since you spent the XP, I'll let you spend it now, that's fine. I will waive the ritual requirements and allow you to fully perform the ritual now that Byrick Ash understands the rudiments. So go ahead and give me one more stamina occult roll to actually heal yourself.
Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 again. BK is my specialty. That is really coming in handy right about now.
Okay, so here's the question. How much blood do you want to spend to heal?
I mean, how much damage did I do to myself? I did 3, right?
I think you did 1.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did 1. Well, I mean, 1 point of blood heals me 3 points, so all of my blood.
I want to overheal myself. Get a shield.
Man, even to
That's all right.
yourself, you're hard to kill.
Just cover yourself with a thick callus of skin with overhealing.
He's just one giant black scab with guns.
I think that's how Lovecraftian horrors come to be.
I'm pretty sure that's how you make a Wayang.
I was gonna say once Byrick learns how to control his black blood, he's one step closer to becoming Helsing. He might become Venom along the way.
Oh, man. Venom. I already have a voice in my head.
Yeah, I haven't really used him as much as I thought I would. But it's not his time yet. He will have his day. Okay, so here's what I need you to do. So you can spend the 1 point and you heal up to full. However, now you owe the Abyss 2 points of blood. So I guess give yourself like a mark somewhere on your sheet that the next 2 points of blood you drink are going abyssward.
Equivalent exchange.
As you pull tendrils of darkness from the surrounding shadows to mend your wound, your mentor looks on at you, tilting his head. You are indeed the most prodigious student I have yet to teach. Practice the 2 I have taught you. When you are ready for the 3rd, we will meet again.
I'm ready for the 3rd.
No,
Just
Tom,
bring
you
it
have
up.
to go complete 2 main story missions, okay?
Oh, it's progression locked. I hate them.
It's not progression locked per se, but it does specify that learning Abyss Mysticism takes time, and you are speedrunning this shit. It's like, got it, okay.
Well, just wait until you see me do some clipping.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, some of your gunshots are already fucking hacks.
We all thought he was a key seed. No, he was actually just a changeling. He can already do magic. He just wants more.
Plot twist. Whoops.
I
Say,
will,
so
I will, as a storyteller, probably lock you out to at least 1 a night, just to assume that Byric's actually doing some practice during the downtime. Like, he's not just super Mary Sue OCing Abyss Mysticism.
Oh, why not?
Because you're too cool, Tom. You're too cool.
Oh,
You gotta
Nobody
leave some
can be
cool
stronger
for
than
Adam.
Luke Skywalker.
blood.
So what
But
I'm
there's so
hearing is
many
we need a
characters stronger
Ray.
than Luke Skywalker now.
What now?
Fucking Ray.
Oh,
And probably
I haven't
Poe,
seen
too.
Luke.
There's a lot of characters. You haven't seen Revenge of the Sith?
Or not, actually.
Or the other one, Return.
Return of the Sith.
Return of the Jedi.
I'm not that mean, Black Gutter. Besides, if he botches, there's some mean stuff that happens anyway. But we'll let him discover that.
I can't wait to botch. It's gonna be dope.
It might. It fucking might be.
But then you can heal yourself, though. So
it just turns into a game of Darksiders or something.
There's no place for a horse.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for as we return to Carlo Martino.
and that was the nap time. Just kidding, not.
Get a willpower for hurting himself? I don't think what's your nature?
My nature is nihilist.
Is what?
Nihilist.
Yeah, he's not a masochist. I don't think that triggers for him. Hey, but you know what? Maybe you know the rules better than I do. Let's take a look. Where is my tablet that I just put down?
Point for being self-destructive. He actively healed himself, though.
But he didn't in the beginning.
I did want to, shoot myself.
True. You tried to go all out.
Also in game.
Oh, the darkness helps us hide the pain. Character
The
I'm
rain
ready to
hides my
release
tears.
Let's see. Also, props to John Smith the Fish. I didn't even remember what Byric's nature was. He was ahead of me. Holy shit, dude. That's awesome.
Our viewers are like a neural network of information.
You're saying they're the Malkavian Madness Network?
Don't talk
Well,
about
now you know what to retitle the chat box.
I love it. Yes. I think I could fit the text.
What you're saying is I can now break the fourth wall.
I mean,
Okay.
according to
We
you,
already
you're
did
only-
that,
Wall in the first
Malkavian.
place.
I can't find Nihilist in the core book. I'm guessing it's somewhere else. Anyway, if the willpower is based on him being self-destructive, I'm going to say no, only because he hurt himself to gain something. Also, I don't think Byrick has spent willpower yet, has he?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, because you guys should have refilled just a couple weeks ago when you bailed what's his face out of poo poo. McNeil.
Hey, did I heal?
Yes, Adam. I told you to refill your willpower.
I don't remember. Cool.
Was I there for that?
Adam has a passive where he always has half willpower.
No, as a Martino, that's another flaw. You always have half willpower.
Adam, that's
I mean-
your flaw, not a Martino.
Yeah.
That's Adam's flaw.
This is my flaw in general.
60 fat turkey bits. Thank you very much, HTG. We adore you. All right, so
Oh,
Carlo
I can't-
Martino, here's the situation. You are in a very posh mansion, well appointed, in Miami, a place that every vampire in the city...
Yeah. How'd I get to Miami? Or was it Malibu?
Malibu, there we go. Thank you.
Like, what? That was a fast drive. Holy shit.
You found the clip that Byrick's looking for.
Yeah.
See, Adam's about to end up in Yusuf's home game,
Yeah.
In the future.
ending up in Miami.
Damn
Find
you,
yourself
Yusuf.
in
Why
Malibu,
not?
in a very posh mansion, very well appointed. An area which every vampire in the city knows not to go, though apparently not. As you are currently in the company, you and your child, Alfredo. God, that's weird to say. Your child, Alfredo. Currently, when we last left you, you were in the company of a woman named Dawn Kavanaugh, who you have seen previously on the arm of Prince Don Sebastian, those many heady nights ago, before you deposed the prince.
Does she know that I was part of the group that did it? Probably. Yeah.
The revolution.
Yeah.
How's your kindred status?
I don't think I have one.
Well, that
I mean,
would
we all have.
that would
we all
make me
have
very
status.
upset because I told you all to get a dot.
Yeah, so you have at least one dot. We all got one.
That's what it says. Okay. Yes.
Oh, yes, of course. That's what it says.
That's what I can't read my handwriting. What are you talking about?
Totally.
I sure would sound stupid if I said I didn't have it.
Here's the thing. The coterie, with the unfortunate exception of Klaus, we love you, Klaus, are what is known in Anarch circles as old volunteers. They are those which stood during the very first Anarch revolt. You're kind of a big deal, even though nobody really likes to acknowledge you. The chances are that she's heard of you. Would you like to roll percentile dice?
No, it would be a surprise, I guess.
By the way, I'm Carlo Martino.
Carlo Giovanni, at your service. Seems the name.
Do you actually want to be Martino or Giovanni? I didn't want to foist the name change on you.
I want to be like interchangeable, so I can be whichever one I want.
Okay, deal. What do you want to be tonight?
As the need arises.
Yeah.
That's a fun meme. We'll roll with that.
Fiero, just kidding. No,
You want to be Carlo Fiero?
Oh, God.
I mean, you take the sword.
the other Italian. So Giovanni tonight.
Okay. What are you feeling right now, Carlo?
So I just met the person who's I killed their status basically. So I guess things have consequences. Things I do have consequences. It's a big.
When will you learn?
It's a big thing on his mind right now.
Well, those consequences are staring you right in the face.
I feel like crying, but I suck up the tears. The power of friendship with Alfredo. I've gotten better. I'm not longer.
I gotta look good in front of the kid.
Yeah.
A door swings open, and from that door emerges a very lithe, very wan-looking girl. Maybe 18 or 19 years of age. She looks deathly pale, though you can tell she's still human. But every once in a while, in certain spots, you can see this webbing of veins, of purple, of red, of blue, poking up through her very thin, pale skin. She's dressed in what appears to be a costume. She's got a very nice toga on, as in one hand she carries a silver platter, and on that silver platter is a pint of blood. As she moves in your direction, Dawn will wave her over and gesture towards you. She proffers the plate in your direction. Well, Carlo, to tell you the absolute truth, I'm quite relieved you finally decided to come by. Your cousin here has told us quite a great deal about you.
He or she?
Neith, of course. I was not aware you had another cousin.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
He's a Giovanni. He's got many cousins.
Giovanni's have cousins for days.
Carlo wipes the spaghetti sauce from his lips.
Ex-wives.
Yeah. Is there a way to tell if see if this blood is like different somehow on the plate?
What are you afraid of? What are you checking for?
Like I guess if there's drugs or like any I don't know like tainted blood. I don't know.
Okay. Why don't you give me perception medicine?
Yeah, one medicine somehow. Oh, yeah, for the
Somehow.
yeah. Guess we.
Surprised us too.
Yep, like surprise medicine rule. Yeah, I have a lot of perception. Nice. 3 successes.
3 successes. You look over the blood. It looks like normal blood. Doesn't look fragmented or... It doesn't look like sort of medical plasma. It smells wonderful. As you take a whiff of the cup, the emotions that flavor the blood well up into this full bouquet. Emotions of energy and of passion. This was taken from somebody in the middle of the throes of ardor, and that sort of sensation just washes over you as you take a whiff. It smells really fucking good. I can also tell you for free that by the smell, it is human and not kindred.
I don't want to accidentally diablerize.
And I diablerize the blood in the cup. I'll take 1 blood point to fill up.
Well, that'll drain the cup, but sure.
Okay.
It's
Then,
amazing.
Half a blood point. Not.
It is delicious. It hits your palate, It explodes like fireworks. This wonderful, warm sensation flows throughout your body, and for a moment, for a split second, you almost feel like you can feel your heart beat again.
What is this stuff? And how do I get it?
Only the best. But if you'd like more, I'm sure we can arrange that. In the meantime, she will sort of nod to Angelina, who takes Kia and will go and socialize with some of the other members of the party. Let's have a talk for a moment. Would you like more? Can I refresh your glass for you?
And is Alfredo still with me, or?
If you want him, yeah, he can be right by your side.
I'd like to have one for my child here.
Of course, how rude of me. She gestures to the servant again, flashes a number 2.
Try this, Alfredo. It'll blow your mind.
He sort of takes it. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's way better than the garbage you've been feeding me. Where did they get this?
That's what I'm asking. That's what we're here for.
Jesus Christ, would you scrape your people out of a trash can? Oh.
Smack him in the back of the head, Adam. Teach him some manners.
He starts like licking the cup.
I'm gonna chop his neck. Like, hey, don't act like a savage, okay?
The Martinos are respectable people. Dawn sort of folds herself onto a very fine, very plush white sofa. Sparkling, sterling white. And you're suddenly aware of the idea that people drink blood here, and everything is flawless. Have a seat, Mr. Martino. I'm sure you have plenty of questions for me. There's no need to hold them hostage.
No. Let's see, I was taking a seat next to her, but that's too close.
Hey, girl.
No, she doesn't seem to mind. In fact, she'll sort of pat the cushion beside her, if it makes you more comfortable.
No, let's say like on a chair opposite from her, like facing forward.
Okay. Hey, I'll sit next to her if you don't want
to. Don't get too handsy, Alfredo.
I'm gonna have to put you in timeout.
The servant returns, passing the plate from you to Alfredo. Another mug of just the finest smelling vitae.
I'll just hand it to Alfredo. Just just savor it, Alfredo. Savor it.
Yeah, like spumante. I get it. Seriously, you gotta get new gimps, man. This that shit sucks. HTG.
I'm gonna ask the question. What is this place? I heard everything in Malibu is run by werewolves. Is this a sanctuary of some kind?
In a manner of speaking, our safety here is contingent on us dealing with Carson and his ilk. They are useful, if uncouth, but once they become accustomed to you, they won't bother you very often. You seem flustered, Mr. Martino. Are you nervous?
I'm just curious how an oasis ends up in the middle of a werewolf den, I suppose.
How does anything end up anywhere, Mr. Martino? We build it by our own hands, we maintain it with our connections, and All we can do is our best to preserve it from night to night.
Give Byrick and I coordinates.
Yeah.
So suck it all out. Just kidding.
Just pardon me while I use my pocket owl here.
Yeah. Like, come to Malibu, the water's fine. Uh, but how do you get the? I guess part of my language, but the furries.
How do you get the what?
The furries.
To obey, to stay out of the house, or so on and so forth.
How'd you house train the furries?
Yeah, basically.
I don't pretend to understand their politics, but apparently Carson and his ilk are some sort of natural enemy of theirs. I leave the territorial boundaries to them.
Mm.
Carson's friends have proven to be capable warriors, and thus far the furries, as you put it, have not made it anywhere near this hallowed ground.
Well, I believe this Carson was ostracizing me earlier.
As I said, when he is doing his job as our security force, when he becomes more accustomed to you, I don't think you shall mind his presence.
Mm. Trying to think of another question.
No, actually he played a furry child girl. HTG. I think he was about 8. Which, you play a lot of lolies. It's a little concerning me now.
Well, did Xavier make that one too, or is that something else?
Okay, hold on.
I don't remember. I literally don't remember who made that character.
A lot of accusations flying around.
What is this? The Smash community? Come on.
Yeah. Mm. No, that would Daestra.
May I be frank with you, Mr. Martino?
And where is his blood from, if you don't mind me asking? Or who is it from?
We have ghouls and servants like any other kindred does. Such flavors can be cultivated. There are vampires out there who prefer cruelty. They prefer to cultivate the flavor of fear, or perhaps the flavor of pain. We prefer something far more sumptuous. I believe it's worth it, don't you agree?
I do. What emotion do you give to them?
It's not correct to say that we give them an emotion. I believe it's more that we can guide them to feel some sort of completeness or love, if one wishes to be poetic about it. It's all chemicals in the brain one way or the other.
Toe jobs, isn't it?
God damn it. I know a guy.
Well, it's around the same period, right? A little bit before.
No, this is about 30 years after, maybe 20 years after Josh's Chronicle.
Yeah. You knew a guy who...
Oh, God.
Back in the day in Texas.
Mr. Martino, do feel free to ask me any other questions you may have. But perhaps it would seem more constructive to get to the point.
One more question before
Of course,
we get
of
to
course.
the point. Are you mad at me for what I did?
Mad at you for what?
You know I am part of the... What was it called, Chaz?
The old volunteers?
The volunteers, yes.
She nods and smiles. Yes, I'm aware. And I presume you ask me that because you had heard of my dealings with the erstwhile prince. Would you like to know about Don Sebastian?
Sure.
Lean defeat.
Don Sebastian was in many ways a slave with a crown, if you will allow me to be poetic. He was enslaved to a great many things. Enslaved to an image that he had built up for himself. Enslaved to a social strata to which he believed he owed fealty. Enslaved to another vampire that some don't even know exist. Enslaved to the punishments he felt he needed to mete out. Enslaved to his own hungers. Very much like Jacob Marley, he had forged many of his own chains. And I believe it was those chains that brought him down. I should like to think that if I had more time with him, I could have spared him from such a fate, but the ordeal with Jeremy McNeil was a step too far. Such things were out of my control once he crossed that line. I was trying to help your prince, and I failed. I have no ill will towards you for that. You did what you felt is right. You seized your freedom by the neck. And no, Mr. Martino, I am not upset at you. If anything, I am ecstatic.
Why are you ecstatic, if I may ask? I've only done what my instincts tell me to do.
Well, that's a start, isn't it? But, as I said, I would like to get to the point. Your cousin...
Which
seems
cousin?
to be Neath.
Hmm.
Who is this other cousin of yours? I don't believe we've been acquainted.
This is Alfredo, my child.
Ah, that cousin, I see.
There's also another cousin who no longer with us, and many more at the estate. But none like him. He is unique.
We skirt around the issue, yet we draw nearer to it. Neath is concerned about you. She believes that you two are burdened. You two are yoked to things that control you, people that may control you. How do you feel about that, Mr. Martino?
It's gotten me this far, hasn't it? But
Gotten you this far where?
alive, surviving,
And is
hopefully.
that all you desire?
That's all I know for the moment.
What would you like to know, Mr. Martino? Have you given any thought to your own goals, your own future?
Had one of my coterie show me finances to better myself.
Well, that's a step, and what did they ask of you in return?
My knowledge in necromancy. It is
What
not
did they ask for? The necromantic arts.
yeah.
A small price to pay for money.
You can buy bodies online now.
Among our kind, it is quite dangerous to accept gifts, I find. One so often begets another, and eventually one has given so many gifts, one finds themselves indebted hopelessly.
So I pay off the gifts right away. I don't have to worry about any fallback.
And you believe that you're square, that this member of your coterie will ask nothing else of you?
Unless I ask more of him.
Well, then, for your sake, I hope he can be trusted. What of your family, Mr. Martino? I understand your dealings with them have been quite rocky.
They have... I don't know how far the plot against me, how high it went.
There was a plot against you. Neith hadn't told me any of this.
Well, I guess not a plot, but basically putting me as a scapegoat.
Ah. And how did you feel when that happened?
At first, sad, but then anger rose up in me,
And then?
and I took action.
And what action did you take?
I believe you might have already heard of it, but if not,
We are all sinners here, Mr. Martino. There's no need to be shy now.
it was like I'm in a confessional, telling a priest my sins.
Oh, please don't misunderstand my intentions. You're under no obligation to answer me if you don't wish to. Let me be forthright with you. I'm part of an organization that helps people. Neith believes that we can help you. If you would like that help, if you would like to actualize upon yourself, then perhaps there are ways we can help you. But no one here is going to ask you for anything you don't wish to do, Mr. Martino. I promise you that.
What help can you provide?
Such a large question, isn't it? It sounds so simple, but
Yes, I understand.
how does that quote go from the bard, "There is more things than heaven on earth"? There are so many things that would just require context. It would be as if trying to explain trigonometry to a 5-year-old that couldn't understand addition. One step at a time. Are we making you uncomfortable, Mr. Martino? That's not our aim here. I can call the lemo around for you. You can leave any time you like.
I'm just cautious. This is a strange oasis in this sea of hair. I don't know how to describe it any other way.
I've not heard it quite put like that, Mr. Martino, but I suppose that's an astute observation. Well,
I wish to maybe talk later. I wanted to just peruse the party, and
of course.
I'll be back with more questions if I have any.
She waves to her servant. Proffers a business card in your direction. Uncivil Alpha. How are you doing, friend, and welcome. Extends in your direction. Reach me anytime you wish, Mr. Martino. I'll be here to talk when and if you need me. And if you need a place to stay, or simply a place where you won't be judged, I will make sure Carson and his ilk know that the mansion is within your access.
Ah, thank you.
There is one room that we do not allow visitors in because we do not go in ourselves. The basement access down the hall does belong to Carson and his friends. It was contingent on their allyship with us. All I ask is that they are not disturbed, but you have free reign of the rest of the mansion.
Do it, Adam. I know you want to.
So like just
Whatever you do, do not go into the basement.
This-
But
Like-
I'm a vampire.
kind of what place am I supposed to go? God damn it! I'm not a mage.
Vampire.exe has stopped working.
Yeah. But I can put it. Well, do I still have control of a ghost?
Not at the moment.
Alright.
You would have to summon one.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying do that out of sight.
Yeah.
Once you have received her business card, she will nod politely, excuse herself, and retreat into the kitchen, leaving you to mingle.
And I'll think about everything she's told me and I don't know the right word, but pontificate on my next actions.
So as she leaves, Angelina sort of looks and starts rushing over excitedly. Well, how did it go?
We will. I'm not fully sold on whatever this is, but it is interesting, yeah, and I appreciate the hospitality. I may come back here to.
She sort of puts a hand on your shoulder. Forgive me,
No.
Carlo. Perhaps I wasn't clear. I don't want to sell you on anything. I brought you here. I wanted you to see this before we go to the Giovanni mansion for only one reason. And that's for you to know that you could have a family here. The one that would accept you, if you want that.
Implying you don't already have a family in your coterie, Adam.
Yeah.
Says the guy
You
actively
mean
trying to
nothing
make you
to
his patsy.
I'm trying to get you to become the head of the Giovanni mansion.
Yeah.
We do this because we love you.
You'll be a very comfortable patsy.
I'm trying to get my Alfredo to be the head of the Giovanni. Well, I just go on with adventures.
I just want to have fun with my friends.
By the way, this episode was inspired by Lady Azeneth, Children of the Aeons, a LARPer who I did have the pleasure of role-playing with in the domain of Indianapolis. So Lady Azeneth, if you're ever watching this, thanks.
I appreciate the family, but I have one in my coteries too. But I may add this one to the.
The backup.
Yeah, it's a good place to be. If you catch the drift.
I don't think one can have too many allies. Certainly not.
Yes,
in our
exactly, yeah.
predicament. Well, would you like to mingle a bit, or shall we head to the family estate?
What time is it? What time is it, Trez?
She sort of looks at the watch on her wrist. I'd say we've got about another hour or so, if you'd like.
Let me socialize for a bit, and we can be on our way, I suppose.
Take your time. All right. Back to the top with Mark and Klaus.
All right.
What happens now?
The rich boys are going to a party.
I'm down. Fucking do this.
Which party was that? Am I spacing on things?
Dracula needs a mansion. I found the perfect mansion. The problem is the heir to Tyson Chicken currently owns it.
Walk in. Hey, you're in Dracula's mansion. Like, what? Who the fuck are you?
So my plan was to convince him to go sell it. I had this party set up by my producer friend.
Yes, that's right. Okay. Okay, in that case, any preparations you would like to make for the party? Do you get dressed? Do you want to go hunting first? Do you want to deal with any business?
Well, the last bit of business was looking at the plans for that skyscraper. I looked at it while we were while everybody else was doing their parts, and realistically, the largest building I could expect right now would be between 30 to 40 stories, or 30 to 40 floors. Because right now, the tallest building in the city of LA would be the City Hall, which it was, I think, 35 stories. And the 60s is when they started building skyscrapers that were 40 plus. So
You could always have something now and get it renovated. Like that's an option.
I will just have to buy a new one at some point. I will have to buy a new skyscraper when the old one starts to look too shrimpy. So yeah.
Just trade in the old skyscraper. It's a 50s model.
Yeah, surprisingly, all the really, really big skyscrapers in LA have been built in the past decade. We always associate big skylines with big cities, but LA surprisingly has few. You'd think I would remember. I've been there like twice. But yeah,
I haven't been to LA since I was 7. Almost got washed away by a riptide. That was fun.
I got yelled at by a homeless man on Santa Monica Beach. He just rolled after me in his wheelchair and was yelling profanities at 13-year-old Josh for some reason.
What?
I have no idea. I don't know what I did to upset him. Just a homeless dude in a wheelchair caught my eye and just started rolling around after me, yelling profanities at me and insulting me. I don't know what I did to set him off.
You just
I didn't even look him directly in the eyes. It was just like a brief glance as I was looking at something.
Fuck, man. I guess you just hit the drug equinox when everything aligned.
The two big cities in California I have been to are LA and San Francisco, and both times the homeless people there were really mean. I empathize
0 out of 10 homeless people.
Yeah. I empathize with their plight and their situation, but those dudes get aggressive. Like it is weird to think that homeless people have cultures going city by city, but that is a real thing.
You know, I've met a lot of the homeless people in the city, just via work, and most of the ones I've met are really nice. I had one guy that I was like really certain might try to stab me, and that was a really tense 45 minutes, but most of them are pretty cool.
Yeah, I used to talk to a lot of homeless people when I would wait in line for like concerts and stuff like that downtown. And it's not a big deal to give them $5 or some food or whatever, but like in LA it was just weird how aggressive and like just mean they would be to you. But yeah, I'm assuming this building I will be buying will probably be around 30 stories.
Okay. This is the part where ST Chaz should pull out his notebook.
Can I vent about homeless for a sec? Yeah, I want to vent, but tell a story.
Yes, Adam. Please tell us why you hate the homeless.
I don't hate them.
Why you have no empathy in your heart for people with difficult situations in life.
like basically one day there was this guy who came into the store and just yelled at me like if you're gonna call the cops, they're gonna take me. They better take me to New Mexico. Basically, just yelling at me random stuff. I didn't he didn't buy anything. He just walked in and started yelling at me. I'm like, I don't know what to do here. So after a while, he just he was just perpetuating it, and I just started laughing because it was just like not making sense to me.
So you laugh at this crazy homeless guy that just starts bitching at you?
Adam laughs at homeless people.
But then, the funny thing is, 2 days later, he came in. He was like the super nicest guy. He's like blessed you and like everything. Nothing ever happened. I'm assuming he was on drugs. So the day before, yeah, the guy that yelled at me. Yeah.
On the whole, the homeless people here are pretty chill. There are a couple assholes, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've met those guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the saddest situations I ever had with a homeless person was like a woman probably
Perfect.
was only a little bit older than I was. And I just talked to her while I was waiting to get inside of a concert, and she asked if she could hug me afterwards. And I said sure. And she was like, that's the only time somebody's let me touch them in so long. It was pretty. I was like, I'm glad I could be that source of empathy, if only for a moment, for you, but that made me sad.
Wow, this is pretty bumming me out.
It's people forget because it's so hot here, but
yeah,
my sister did a lot of work in soup kitchens and stuff. She would volunteer around that area, and she ended up knowing a lot of the homeless people in town. I remember there's one time where we were in Dollar Tree, and it was right around Christmas, probably 2 years ago. And this homeless lady that she knew came up to her, and I didn't recognize the name because of course I didn't. But she starts telling my sister, "Yeah, so and so froze to death last night," and that fucking struck me dead in the heart. Because you think it's Texas, it's hot out, right? It gets, but no,
it's a desert.
It gets that cold, and that fucked me up for a good week, man. And it never that never left my head, especially because when shit went down with my mother, I came this close to being homeless. And sometimes I just think, there but for the toss of a coin go I.
I know that sounds privileged the way I phrased it with her story made me sad, but it was just one of those things with you're just hit with the weight that somebody goes without contact or human empathy that just kind of messes with you.
There's got to be something we can do to help these people. Maybe we should do a fundraiser or something. I don't know.
No, I did not notice my wallet was gone, thankfully. But yes, on the opposite end of things, Mark Zantz is saying that he's telling Virginia we're going to find a way to buy out this 30-story building that this hotel company's building.
All right. Do you have a specific plan, or do you want me to just see what strings I can tug at?
When daylight comes, I need you to look up any sort of go to City Hall and see if we can find anything regarding building codes. Get in contact with a lawyer if you have to. We'll find some way to get a deal out of this. I'm not paying full price for a 30-story building. And then if we take over production of the building, perhaps as an investor we can make some additions to the top stories.
I see no reason why that's out of the question.
Oh, Blackgutter, you know it's going to be Art Deco. It's going to be beautiful green orichalcum and gold everywhere.
This is a really stupid question, but is orichalcum real? I always thought that was the mythical Atlantis stuff.
It is, but I think I'm using it in reference to a color like that green marble look.
Yeah, I know what green marble looks like.
That's what I've seen it referred to. I might be using the wrong word. But no, I'm not speaking of the mythical substance.
And Mark Zantz, I'm surprised, buys all the homeless people houses. Problem solved.
There we go!
Here we go, yeah. Solve it for the future, Josh.
Okay.
The tiny home movement has been proposed as a potential solution to homeless people.
I mean,
Not
or
a
we could just
solution
do
to
something
them,
about the
their
fact that there's
situation.
6 empty houses for every homeless person, but that's apparently radical.
Just give them a house. Easy, done. I don't know why people don't want to do that.
Okay. It is currently midnight. Do we want to keep going?
I'm fine with that, Josh. Do you need to
We can go a little bit
Mimis?
longer. No, I have stuff to do in the morning, but thankfully it is not work.
Assemble other peoples that have a say in this?
I am able to go. Let's say fall
All right.
asleep, get it light.
Another 3 hours, boys. Let's do it.
Make up for all the weeks we missed.
Klaus, what are you doing before you attend the bitchin' party with Mark Zantz?
I'm getting fly as fuck.
Oh shit, it is Thanksgiving, isn't it? Happy American Thanksgiving, everyone. And if you don't celebrate American Thanksgiving, well, congratulations on your economy and healthcare.
What was it? Canadian Thanksgiving was a month ago.
Fuck,
So
that hurt.
we can't celebrate with them. We're a month behind.
I'm getting all gussied up. I'm gonna look dope as shit at this party.
Are you just raiding Mark's closet?
I mean, I'm sure I probably have like a couple travel suits or something in the car.
How's your resources?
4 at least.
Happy
Yeah.
Christmas halftime, dude. Yeah.
I got 4 in resources. I'm pretty well off.
All right, give me an appearance etiquette roll, difficulty 6.
Ooh. Okay. How many dice are
Xavier, imagine I'm asking you in Dale Gribble's voice, but do your people celebrate Thanksgiving?
Oh, I just found out. So apparently the voice actor who did Dale Gribble has a YouTube channel where he plays Dale Gribble.
Is he a Dale Gribble VTuber?
That'd be the best.
He doesn't have like face rig or anything, but he puts on the fucking hat and the accent and stuff.
Dale Gribble would 100% have a podcast in modern times.
4 successes.
4 successes. All right. So there's a couple pieces that are like scratched together because you weren't expecting to go to a party, but you pull it off. You look nice.
Yeah.
How do you travel to the party?
Oh, we'll go in one of my modern vehicles.
Okay, hang on. Because if Valerinos brought this up, we need to have a serious discussion. You guys know what I'm thankful for? Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I'm thankful for everybody here right now. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'm thankful for you. Yes, you, specifically you, person that is hearing this in your ears. Guess what? If you just walked in the room and you're listening to somebody else watch this, I'm thankful for you too, but like by proxy. But for the most part, I'm thankful for you people legitimately, because as I've said 100 times before, you guys are what makes this worthwhile. You guys are the reason that we get together every week. You guys are the reason I put myself through hell trying to keep a schedule and inevitably fail. There's a lot of communities, there's a lot of content creators that would kill to have a community half as cool as you guys are. That would kill to have half as many people show up every stream as you guys do. And there's not a yactosecond where I take that for granted. So thank you, each and every one of you guys that just heard that spiel. And I'm also thankful for you motherfuckers on Discord. Because you can have an RPG group without a GM. But a GM can't have an RPG group without an RPG group.
Unless you play all the characters, Kenny.
That's called schizophrenia, Adam.
Just one time, Adam. One time.
Yeah.
It was 4th edition. It's fine.
All right, how do you get to the party? Who's driving? Whose car are you going in? What's the deal?
We'll take
okay.
one of my my modern vehicles. We'll take a newer vehicle. I'll assume the modern Rolls-Royce Phantom as compared to the 20s Rolls-Royce Phantom. I will also get dressed for the Quaaludes and cocaine party. I'm not gonna dress like I usually dress. I'm gonna dress like I'm gonna try to dress more modern as compared to the 20s conservative.
How would you describe that?
I guess imagine a regal golden age Hollywood look as compared to the I don't probably wear Mark Zantz probably doesn't wear pinstripe suits anymore, but I always imagine him in sort of like a nerdier looking flannel kind of suit that he goes around in.
Okay.
So in this case, he's going with the times.
I won't lie, I would like to have more subscribers, but I don't know what it would be like if we ever got so big to the point where, because right now we're at a really cool point where we can interact with so many people, and I know most of like the hardcore Discord / stream watching people by name. I can't imagine what it'd be like if we got to a point where the chat was just scrolling and we basically couldn't talk to you guys. I mean, we'd find a way to make it work, but that's thanks, Mazzy / HTG. I have no idea who the hell that was, but thank you.
It's HCG, yeah. And then
One to Mazzy.
Okay, so the Rolls-Royce Phantom pulls up to the walk of Dracula's future house, and you can see it is buzzing with life tonight. Several lights and several of the windows cast a pale golden illumination to the night outside. Shadows, silhouettes, moving briskly on the other side, dancing to music or perhaps up to different pursuits altogether. The cars in the circular car park are literally in a queue as valets have to come one by one to take them while the butler ushers guests in. Finally, it comes to your time as the Rolls-Royce Phantom rolls up to the front walk. A young man in a white tuxedo jacket pulls open the door. Gentle sirs, welcome to the Jack Tyson party. 2?
3, I say as I pull Virginia on my arm with me.
You just do not let her sleep, do you?
She's a ghoul. No.
I taught you fortitude for a reason.
Property.
And I left mine somewhere else. It's fine. I'll just look dope.
Okay, she can rest once I get a second ghoul.
She gives a weak smile, not knowing when the last time she looked at a bed was, as she climbs out. Very good, sir. Royston here at the door will show you inside. Any special things I should know about your vehicle here? As he extends his hand for the keys.
My driver will take care of it. Just direct him where to go.
Ah, very good then, sir. And he'll move around to the driver's side. A very rigid-looking older butler stands near the door. Good evening, Mr.
Zantz, I say, putting on my best party face.
Give me a
Oh, but come on,
percentile.
call me Mark. Percentiles?
Yeah.
54.
54. A look of knowing extends across the face. Ah, Mr. Zantz. I was not aware you were on the guest list tonight, sir. Of course, come in, come in.
Well, you know, I like to think of that I'm on every guest list.
As well you should be, sir. And Mr.
Von Blittersdorf.
Ah, yes, Mr. von Blitzersdorf. I'm afraid I have never heard of you. An associate of Mr. Zantz, are we?
Indeed. We get along quite well.
Ah, yes, well, who wouldn't with such a magnanimous individual? He will bow and direct you inside as he pulls open the door. There's a very light jazz playing inside. from a live band, as it were, erected on risers on the north side of a very wide living room, as sounds of laughter and clinking dishes rise over the crowd, over the noise of the music. People milling about or dancing or hobnobbing off in one corner. What do the two of you wish to do?
With Virginia on my arm, I'm going to kind of whisper in her ear. I'm going to be like, find the drugs and bring some of them to me. I might need them. And then I am going to saunter off on my own to go look for Mr. Jack Tyson.
All right, Virginia nods. She knows in this place it won't take terribly long. Let's go with... Give me an intelligence etiquette roll. Difficulty 7. Klaus,
From
what do you
Hans
do?
or myself?
For you.
What do I want to do?
You're at a swinging 50s party.
Said there's a live band, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna join the band.
Let's go with it. What exactly does Klaus do?
I'm going to assume there's some kind of piano?
Why not? Sure. There's precisely one piano player off to the side.
Fuck, I don't even know anymore. Guess I'm just gonna approach the dude.
You approach the piano player.
like-
He sort of looks up at you as he notices that you're sort of within his oeuvre and gives you a look like, hey, buddy, I'm busy, as he focuses on the
Yeah.
keyboard.
It's like, hey man, why don't you take a break?
Perception alertness from you, Klaus. Josh, how'd you do on your roll?
I got 4 successes unless my problem solver specialty applies. Then I got 5.
Sure. So, exceptional success. You use your natural venture talents to sniff out ass kissing, and notice that on one of the upper balconies, there seems to be a crowd of people gathering. And nearest to the balcony is this douchey young sort, maybe early 20s, heavily trust-funded. As he said something vacuous that you didn't quite catch, but of course the sycophants surrounding him erupt into laughter. You almost have to will yourself not to cringe at. It would seem that you have found young Jack Tyson on the other end of a sea of sycophants.
I'm going to engross myself within the sea of sycophants. I'm going to do that fake as I kind of put my hand on somebody's face and just kind of push out of the way
Out of
to
my
get
way,
right next to the
plebeian.
neck.
So you're pushing your way to the front?
Oh yeah, no, I am literally going to put my hand on somebody's face as they're laughing at one of his bad jokes or something and kind of push him out of the way.
Okay. He doesn't really seem to notice you as you approach. He's fawning over a young blonde woman who, laughing the hardest of all, and looks like she's about maybe 3 martinis deep as she sways a little bit on her high heels. We will come back to you guys in a second, I think. Let's go to Jabril. I think you actually had the high initiative and I skipped you.
It's okay.
What would you like to do now?
Well, we need to go get Bones a weapon. And then I need to teach him how to use a weapon.
Okay. And you do this how?
I'll take a taxi to our armory area. Not showing where it is exactly.
So you're referring to the armory that you have invested with Byrek Ash, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then this would be a great time for us to actually establish where the fuck it is. Because I know his nebulous armory, I think, has been referenced and indeed used during the final battle with Don Sebastian, but I don't think we ever actually, set that up. Tom, are you there?
I don't know. Tom fell asleep watching hentai.
Did Tom go memes?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Again, I didn't realize my mic was turned off.
Yeah, that push to talk will get you. Okay, so we need to figure out where the armory actually is situated in Los Angeles.
California.
Well, that would be helpful.
You
It's all California.
Also, why the fuck did the music
I don't
stop?
Do you want to have it in like a shipping container? Do you want to have it in like a storage area? Do you want to have it in Xanth's basement?
No.
You stopped the IRS, but can you stop the ATF?
Put him in Zan's skyscraper.
They will find the hidden weapons, and they will shoot your dog.
God, Sans, you're the worst Batman.
Just go for Big O.
I need to do what Batman does and have like the actual Batcave to myself and set up what does he have for the rest of them? The clock tower or something?
Oh, the place where Oracle is.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna buy a second house for the rest of your fucking squatter-ass friends?
And just tell them this is where I live now. Look,
For
it
the
has
orphan
guns,
squads?
it's fortified.
You know we'd find where you actually live, right?
You already know where he actually lives.
We're your actual flaw.
So they all saw the Mark Zantz episode. They know how much I can get done. No.
So yes, Tom, where would you like it? What is convenient for you?
I mean,
Do you want
probably
it in your basement?
Probably the smartest would be like a warehouse. Probably like a harbor warehouse.
Okay, easily done. And what sort of safeguards do you have so that nobody fucks with it? Or do you just kind of lock the door and hope that nobody notices that it's there?
Uh,
Obtenebration wall.
no, I have the runes set up everywhere.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. You have the changing wards.
You just
It's
open
gonna
the
walk
door
in.
and there's just
Just open the locker. It's on the fucking inner side of the door.
Okay. So in that case, on this particular night, fog rolls in from the ocean as the taxi cab pulls up to the armory, to the warehouse where Byrek Ash keeps his guns, which... Well, he carries the Lottie and the
Yeah,
what is it,
he's
Derringers?
got his babies.
Yeah. But I guess
I
this
think he
is-
had Lugers, right, Tom?
That's what it was.
Mausers.
Mausers. There we go.
Then that's what it was. Never mind. The cabbie pulls up to the dark warehouse. The harbor district is dark at the moment. Maybe a few homeless people milling about in the shadows, but None that would emerge and risk garnering your attention. He looks about. Left, right, center, a look crosses his face as if he's unsure of leaving you here. A second later, his pragmatism takes over and he extends his hand for the money.
I'll give him exact change.
You step out of the cab and are alone in the frog-shrouded night before the armory.
All right. We got 2 dots in this, which is very generous in the 50s.
No, they're Mausers, apparently. I was just wrong.
They're all Mausers.
He just has a closet full of Mausers.
I've never actually reloaded. I just get a new gun.
I get one every year for my birthday. There's a lot of them. Yes, there is. Ugh. Oh, so is there like a secret entrance I need to do to not get crazy?
John, I don't know how many people got that reference, but I got that reference, and I appreciate it. And Tom, I will leave you to answer the question.
I mean, I'll leave that to the fucking Assamite assassin.
I can just. Woo.
Tom, roll percentiles.
I was gonna say, does your guys' armory have nothing but like weapons from other countries from the past 50 years?
Aha! No, it's American surplus.
You guys have
True.
armories?
Do I want high or low?
Let's go with low.
Okay, let's see if we get high.
Again, huh? Why do I have 11 World of Darkness characters?
Ooh, wait, I can do this. It'll be like the Animaniac song. Okay, so Rise of the Free States, Chicago by Night, Werewolf Burden of Kings, My Changeling Chronicle, Josh's Changeling Chronicle, Mage, our home game. I doubt you still kept your Wraith, but I'll say Wraith. What is that? 4 left. Demon. Let's see. We haven't run Hunter yet. Well, we have, but I don't think you still have that character sheet. Now, you do play with other groups, so I don't think all of those are necessarily ours. Oh, wait, hang on. Josh is Inquisitor. Let's see. What else? I think I already said Josh is Changeling. I'm stumped. What are the last 2?
My character's probably.
Well, there's also well, I got 2 for Chicago.
Oh, you did find Lee.
Yes, I found Lee.
Okay, some people were wondering what became of that.
Yes, I have Lee. I found him after fucking Gabriel got the bat suit. I'm like, well, I guess this works out.
Yes, after Gabriel got the bat suit and Black Snow Prince got the bad touch.
Choices have consequences.
How was that percentile roll, Tom?
I got a 52.
52. Okay, Tom. In that case, it's dead even. You tell me, based on what you think is more fun and more interesting. Do you think that Byrrc Ash has put up traps that he hasn't told Jabril about?
I would say yes. though they're far and few in between, and it wasn't a thing out of malice.
Anti-magic traps.
Okay. So, Asimite Assassin, how do you get in?
Let me see. It's a warehouse. I would probably want to descend from the top. Because everybody can walk in the door, right? Not everybody can just jump up into the top and fall down.
Tom, do you think Byrick would have warded the top?
The top, yes.
Okay. So what sort of defenses do you think you've set up at the top of the heap?
Probably some wards on the skylights.
Okay. All right, Jabril, what do you do?
Ah! Oh shit, I'm trying to imagine what the layout of this warehouse is. Is it empty? Is it full?
You guys tell me, because we are basically constructing this as we go.
Alright.
Build your Batcave.
Yeah.
Build your back.
This is I'm trying to think of the word. When we all contribute to a story together.
Well, I assume that it is
Collaboration?
but more for, a front. I would assume that, at least.
Yeah. Or it could just be like, not in service currently.
There's
Maybe the
specific-
business is...
There's this particular phrase that I'm looking for, and I can't bring it to mind at the moment, but collaborative storytelling is close enough. Thank you, John.
So yeah, let's just say it's filled with various objects and containers.
Various objects and containers. Congratulations, you just described a warehouse. So I guess, 10 out of 10.
It's got boxes and crates. Big ones, tall ones.
Charlie, just imagine the warehouse you used to work at, and boom.
Which one?
Yeah, to say.
I think I've worked at least 5 over the years.
Something like that.
Yes.
Okay. If you want me to take those reins, then take them, I shall.
So what does your warehouse look like?
You want to go up top, there's skylights. There's probably a lot of metal shelves with which you guys would keep crates of auto parts. Which, ironically, apparently my my old boss did get a box of AK-47 rounds shipped there that was going to Mexico. So maybe it was for Byrick all along.
So yeah, we'll have everything arranged in such a way where there's it's a bit of a maze. You have to know where you're going if you want to go into the front door, and where not to look. So I'm going to look down, roll into the corner, and clip through.
Dead air.
Okay, an AK is not a fine rifle. It does its job, and it does it for the cheap.
There
You're
it
not
is.
getting an AK for the quality.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Where was I? What'd you hear last?
Clip through.
Yeah, I'll just hop along, as I don't want to get to ground level and just make myself go crazy. Do we have it behind like a secret wall, or like is it behind like some kind of big locked door?
That's a question for you, Tom.
Sorry, reading the shit post.
Goddamn.
What was the question?
We want to have it like behind like a secret wall, or like a do we have it like a speakeasy wall?
Yeah, probably. That leads to the basement.
There we go.
Never mind the logistics of it being a harbor warehouse with a basement.
Shut up.
It's vampire. Everywhere's got basements. All right.
That's where the submarine goes.
Okay, so you said it yourself. It's arranged like a maze, and you have to know where not to look. So, we can very easily do this with an intelligence plus larceny roll. And
Am I a criminal?
I mean, probably. But also there's traps that Byrick just admitted you don't know about. Let's call this a difficulty 8.
Okay. Ooh, my sack's cold.
I assume you
One
mean
success.
One success. Okay. For a split second, there's a turn you're not too sure about. You go left. From the corner of your eye, you see squiggles for a split second. Nope the fuck out of there and go to the right. You eventually find the fake wall that leads down to the basement of the harbor warehouse. You pull aside the fake paneling, roll up the metallic shutter that exposes the staircase, and down you go. What do you retrieve from the armory?
I will get this guy a revolver.
Okay. Heavy or light?
Let's just go with the light one for now.
Okay, 4 damage. Anything
You
else?
don't want to give him something fun? You don't want to give him something fun?
Not yet. I don't want to give him a big ass gun. Also, like revolvers are like fairly common to have.
Just give him one grenade. One grenade and a revolver.
just take a grenade. Use this only if you're absolutely sure.
Yeah,
It'd
he
be
did
even
say light
better.
revolver.
And that's how you realize how loyal he actually is.
It'd be even better if it.
Okay. I think we are back, allegedly. Somebody move so I know if the camera's working. My camera's super duper not working. But we can see Josh, and that is all we need. Okay, so my internet super duper died hard. And so what we're going to do is just really do our ending spiel real fast, and then I guess get the ending taken care of. Why am you do this? Why am you do this, Discord? I know not.
I don't have an opinion.
Oh, hey, Changeling.
Changeling.
There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, that explains why my camera's frozen. My camera's not on. There we go.
And he's back.
Boom. Okay, fixed. All right, so real quick, yeah, sorry about that. We're going to end it there tonight, just so... Because my internet's probably going to shit the bed again, in all honesty. So, I'm going to award 2 XP for everybody here. And let's get the vote going. Uncivil Alpha, thanks for following, buddy. We appreciate you. And Uncivil Alpha, this would be a great time to let you know that if you're not already a member, do join our Discord. And that goes out to everybody there. We have an amazing community, if you guys can't tell by the awesome folks that are constantly talking in our chat, that we are privileged to have be a part of this every single night. And we want that family to grow, so jump on in. We have social media that you should probably follow if you want to know what we're streaming and when. Next week, I think, is Josh's Changeling, right?
Yes, we can actually start. We got the preludes gone. Not gone, but we got them done.
Let's see.
Except for one person.
Who hasn't done their prelude?
I don't know. We're good.
No, I think
so we can start the. Yeah, I was gonna say we can start the Chronicle proper now.
Like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you want to do on your platform of choice. In the meantime, let me dig up the comments for... We did 15 last week, right?
I believe so.
Okay, so in which case I owe you boys 16. And while I get that loaded up, I will start taking votes.
I'm gonna vote for Tom for Throat Sheath.
One vote for Tom for Throat Sheath. Valernos votes for Mark for somehow dealing with the greater evil when black spirals are involved.
I'm assuming he means the IRS.
Jabril for breaking the Masquerade with his hobo army. Well, I don't know if he still has a hobo army, but we'll see what happens.
I will also vote for Tom for stabbing himself in the neck and even doing celerity to make sure it worked.
Oh, that's fucking dope.
Voted for Jabril for treating a homeless person nicely. I do this because Chaz made me sad for a while. I'm sorry, man. But, like, seriously, like, that's stuck with me ever since. I don't think it's going to go away. Yusuf votes Carlo for not entirely losing his shit and spilling his spaghetti.
My pocket spaghetti.
Well, you see, it's a common misconception. Carlo actually carries around pocket gnocchi.
Your pocket spaghetti was first season.
That was Angel hair.
Pocket
Oh, hey.
fettuccine.
The noise is on my tablet. Who knew?
Alpha. We're all Texan.
Even better, Carlo has pocket penne.
Yeah, that is true. We all do live in Texas. Also, I can't get a vote because I don't have an XP pool.
You do now, Chaz.
Appreciate it though. What would I do with it? Like, give all of the fucking NPCs 1 XP?
Oh God. Actually, you know what? No, yeah, do that.
Xavier's just saying that because he wants to Diablerize them later.
No, I already planned to Diablerize him, but if I can get more XP for it, go.
Doopa-doopa-doo. I always have to figure out where the comments are.
I'm gonna vote for
At
Barry.
least-
Oh,
You're
I'm gonna vote
voting?
for Barry for almost ending his humanity. Well, I guess he's already for re-ending his humanity. I guess for trying to kill him. I guess kind of kill himself.
So I will point out one thing that I'm pretty sure Tom thinks I forgot. Byrick does have the 9 lives merit. So even if he just straight up fucking gets ended, he's gonna come back.
He was still cool as shit, so I'm sticking with my vote.
I'm well aware that you are well aware of that being in my back pocket.
All right,
What happens if he gets Diablerized? Just kidding, no.
Yorkie votes for Carlo because no doubt he's gonna try to fuck the Spiral Dancer and he's gonna need all the fortitude again.
He's not gonna fuck her because she ain't family.
Not with that attitude.
Come back on my own to do it. Now
Okay.
there's a party here, too many prying eyes.
Episode 16, the comments. Frederick Ciolek says the prospect of being sired and or bloodbound to Carlo is hilarious. Nipple Belts says Byrick would totally be a Caravaggio man in terms of art. I'm not cultured enough to know what that means, but I'm guessing you do, Tom?
I don't think he's an Italian Renaissance artist. I think he's, I don't know what they call it before the Renaissance. I was going to say Baroque, but I don't know if Baroque applies in this scenario.
Hang on, I need a second. My YouTube app just like force fucking quit on me.
Not a good night for Texas internet.
I just do this on my phone. That way, if the internet does crap out again, then it's here and not there.
But I do believe Caravaggio was known for his use of chiaroscuro, which is the use of black and shadows in the painting.
Daddy Cock is now following. Thank you, Daddy Cock.
You wanted to see that, did you, Chaz? No.
It makes me happy. All right, come on, comments. You can do it. I believe in you this time. Rise 16, yes. Very good, that one. By the way, if we have any more chats, or if we have any more votes in chat, then by all means. Did I get everybody's? Tom, did you vote?
No.
Vote for yourself.
I will never do that. I'm not a fucking monster.
So Byrick is, though.
I'm running for political office in the future.
He's a good monster, though. Like, Monster
I will vote for Klaus for just trying to interrupt the band in the middle of their set.
Oh, we'll see how that plays out next week, but it should be entertaining.
Right?
You don't want to vote for Klaus for painting a Tau army?
I mean,
I don't know what that means.
it's just another form of nerd shit.
Frederick Ciolek says, one sad vote for Carlo. His new clan needs all the help it can get.
Oh.
James, that works. Vote for Zance, solely because he could not only buy my vote, but has clearly bought the group Haven.
Wait, who was that from?
James, that works.
No.
Nathan Callahan says, I vote for Klaus because I already know he's going to be an absolute treat after he stabbed Carlo.
I did stab Carlo.
Yeah,
You
like,
got
look
voted
at this.
for shooting Carlo.
Well, I voted for you for shooting me. I think that one time.
That's how you get the bonus XP. You just cause physical harm to Carlo Martino.
So you're gonna vote for the NPCs now? What about emotional harm?
Ricardo Villafana. Kind of tough, but I believe I'm voting for Klaus. The shenanigans with Carlo and Alfredo sauce. Wyatt Marcus. I vote for Carlo for starting the bloodline of the crying Catholics, despite being unable to stand in the presence of crosses. Our dear friend Vortigern Silverwood, +1 for Adam for preferring to play VTM over going to his job and getting paid for it. Michael Smith, I vote for Byrick Ash for getting into an argument with a Toreador anti-tribu and leaving a dead body at the party, which is like leaving a turd in the toilet and not flushing. We have done that before. I still have the Q&A somewhere on my hard drive. I don't remember when we did it, though, but I'll put it up at some point. Might as well. I'm throwing up a bunch of shit this week.
You made it sound like you said we've gone to a party, you shit in the toilet and didn't flush and left.
Yeah, I was about to say, when have we done that? Oh, was is there something I forgot that we did at Gen Con?
You want to think about your Camarilla?
I was going to say, Chad and I... Go ahead, Kyle.
I was just gonna say conventions are a fucking wild ride, and that sleep deprived. Wow, in that sleep deprived state, crazy shit can happen.
I have never laughed harder than I did when the first time I saw Xavier high on lemon juice. It's a thing.
You know, in retrospect, I don't think it was just lemon juice.
Were you just drinking out of like strange people's lemon containers?
Yeah, some dude was just like, "Hey man, you want some lemon juice?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." He was just giving it out.
Ah,
John
Yeah, I was gonna
Smith.
say-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Yusuf, Chaz and I did indeed get screwed over by the Camarilla at our first LARP. We realized that the Camarilla sucks.
Classic. Same
Handing
thing.
out lemon juice.
John
Was
Smith.
I drugged?
When Byrick Ash shoots himself with a Lottie, I will vote for him for the next 10 sessions, even if Tom doesn't show up. And yes, I am making this comment during the episode 18 live stream. Oh, hey!
Ha.
R.whoosh.coding. Any man who stabs Carlo earns a vote in my book. I guess that's a vote for Kyle.
Is it wrong that I don't remember this episode?
A long time ago. No.
Nathan Callahan. In the live chat, Xavier claimed to be smart and wise even when he was 18. That is some quality arrogance. I'm 26 and not bold enough to make that claim about myself as I am now, let alone myself when I was 18. I was a fuckhead when I was fucking 18. In my opinion, growing up is just a series of stages where you realize, wow, I was an idiot. You know, you become a teenager and you go, wow, when I was a kid, I was an idiot. And then you turn 18 and go, wow, when I was a teenager, I was an idiot. And you turn 21, wow, when I was 18, I was an idiot. Then you turn 25. I'm 30, and I look back at myself at 25 going, wow, I was a fucking idiot.
Enough
John
people
Smith.
have made mistakes in my life that I can learn from them.
John Smith, Mark Zantz being disgusted with Harvey Weinstein is not the attitude I was expecting. I imagine he would react like, oh, a person in position of power use their power and elite status for their own twisted and selfish desires? What else is new? And that got a thumbs up.
Mark Zantz isn't disgusted by using and abusing power. He's disgusted that you would use it for something so petty as sexual gratification.
Okay, so just tabulating really fast. One for Carlo, one for Zantz, one for Klaus, two for Klaus, two for Carlo, three for Carlo, one for Byrick, two for Klaus. So it looks like Carlo wins the comment bonus XP. And
Yay.
Tom, you have won the vote for tonight.
Yay.
Neato, that'll offset my terrible deficit.
All right, guys,
Gotta
we're getting the
replenish
hell
the
out of
six
here
XP.
before our internet takes a dive again. Thanks for being here. We love you. We did the spiel. Join the Discord. Do the things.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Happy
you guys.
Yeah.
I just dropped that. Bye-bye.